135,000 people in Central Park. A free concert, but a big one, the biggest crowd of her career. Partway through, the words are gone. She cannot remember the lyrics of her own song. She does not perform live again for 27 years. Wow, that's quite something. What a story. I'm Dr. Maja Jankowska, clinical and counseling psychologist and founder of Beyond the Spotlight Psychology. Welcome back to the performer's mind. This is a series where I look at why even world-class performers struggle internally and what their psychological journeys can teach us. Please remember, we are not here to diagnose or make assumptions. We don't know the whole story, we just know what we can glimpse from public records. But we can look at their experience and what they can teach us about our own struggles. And today we are learning from Barbra Streisand, the first artist in history to have a #1 album in 6 consecutive decades, even though she had those really difficult experiences. So the story I want to tell you happened long before any of that was certain. That 1967 concert was meant to be a triumph. Instead, midway through, Streisand forgot her lyrics in front of the largest audience she had ever faced. She has spoken about this moment herself many times since. It marked the beginning of nearly 3 decades without live performance. Streisand has traced part of this fear back even further to her run in Funny Girl. Her co-star, Sidney Chaplin, after their relationship ended, began muttering insults at her under his breath while they were on stage together. This was timed precisely so that the audience would never hear, only she would. She has said directly that this experience is where her fear of forgetting her lines began, not simply nerves, a specific and I would say clinically quite traumatic memory of being undermined in the place she had nowhere actually to hide, right on stage. This is something I see often in the clinic. A single moment, sometimes even a moment engineered by someone else, on purpose, or maybe not on purpose, but sometimes, just an attack or criticism or certain harshness that can attach itself to a performer's nervous system and stay there for years, resurfacing every time the conditions feel similar again. So we get triggered because there is something in the environment that reminds us of those experiences. So the fear is not really about the words, it's about the body remembering a moment when it was not safe on stage, even after the original threat is long, long gone. And why? Because our nervous system doesn't have past, present, future tense. Whatever happened in the past feels still real in the body. So if a specific past moment still shows up in your body before certain performances, that pattern is worth understanding, unpacking, rather than just managing. And I've got some free resources that you can utilize as well. The links are below. But going back to Streisand, she returned to live performance in December 1993. 27 years after Central Park. She told Barbara Walters she was ready to face this fear. By her own account and reviews from that night, it was not a clean return. She was visibly nervous through much of her first act. At one point, she nearly stopped a song altogether to take a sip of water. She did not perform this flawlessly. She performed it through the fear in front of an audience, and she kept going. I think this particular detail matters more than a graceful recovery would. Most of the performing artists I work with are not looking for a version of themselves who never feels the fear. I think we know it's not possible. And they are looking for a way to keep singing or keep playing or keep acting, keep doing their craft alongside it. Streisand's 27-year gap did not end because the fear disappeared. It ended because she decided to walk back onto a stage anyway. 4 months later, she performed at Wembley Arena in London, part of the same tour. The fear that started with a few forgotten words in Central Park did not need to vanish for her career to continue. It just needed her to keep going anyway. Not really pushing, but we can process those experiences using particular tools like EMDR or brain spotting or internal family systems. But this aside, I'd be curious to hear from you. Is there a specific moment, even a small one, that you can still feel in your body before certain performances? And, if there is anything that you would like me to answer or a video that you would like me to create for you, I am here for you and I'm really committed to providing quality education. So remember, this video is for psychoeducational purposes and it's not a substitute for individual clinical support. If you need help, reach out to a qualified psychologist or therapist. See you in the next video.